So for the longest of time, we've had 3 kinds of power: wheels, thrusters, and jets. But today, we're going to be bringing a completely new form of power to the world of Build-A-Boat, to anything that is not the white team. So, I'm going to go to red. Now, guys, what we're going to be doing exactly is converting the power that the water brings us to actual mechanical movement. It's going to be pretty nuts. So, as pretty much everyone knows, as you stand in the water, it actually makes you move. Now, we actually use this power right here to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Something that actually inspired me to do this is Elixrin's build. He made a bread factory powered off only the water. So yeah, first things first, I want to see exactly how we're gonna have to go about doing this. So I'm just gonna go in right here, and pretty much I'm gonna build like a bit of a circle, something very, very basic. So this right here is just simply a wheel. Honestly, doesn't really have much of anything fancy about it. So that right there is the exact center of the wheel. Now, all I'm gonna do is simply go ahead, place a hinge right here, and see if we can make this work. So yeah, I need a piston as well, because yeah, we're gonna actually have to move this thing into the water. So delete the hinge. We're gonna place a piston, then a hinge, and then we're gonna place a block, and we're gonna make this go all the way into the wall. All right, then we're gonna ready up the water. That thing did not like that. Oh my god, what just happened? Huh? Okay, I've reset character. I'm a bit confused with what just happened. For some reason, that thing actually like totally moved and stuff. So I'm actually gonna reload that. Sometimes hinges can be a little bit tricky. Yeah, okay. Now, as you can see, this time it didn't do that. And yeah, I've reset character, so everything here should be unanchored and like disconnected from the ground. All right, then let's see if I move this. Yes! It's totally working. As you guys can see, we now have a form of infinite power. This thing right here, I mean, infinitely gonna be moving as long as it's in the water. It's pretty much like a little bit of a water wheel. I can also unextend it, then it will stop. Dude, that is gonna be so perfect. We can actually make so many crazy things work. For instance, gears. If I'm not mistaken, we're actually gonna be able to drive this kind of stuff with what we've got going on right here. All right, so I'm going to just leave this thing loaded in right here. This is something I made a very, very long time ago. And for anyone that hasn't seen it working yet, we're going to have to see if we can actually power this whole thing simply by using the motion of the water. All right, then. So first things first, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these gears. Now, the way that these are made, very, very simple. And I'm sure if you want to try this yourself, you can easily figure it out. All right, here it is. We're going to clone this, and then we rotate this all the way to its side, just like that. All right, so now this right here is pretty much the exact same gear, but put to its side. Now, what we're going to have to do from here on out is going to be, honestly, completely unexplored territory. We're going to have to see what we can freaking do right here. So what I want to do is I want to create a water wheel design. You know, one of those old things that automatically pumps water around. And I really wanted to make it look like that because I think it would just look absolutely perfect. And I've got a couple of interesting ideas of how we can achieve this look perfectly. So it should be about that wide. And okay, it needs to touch the water. So okay, maybe that is too big. Actually, I don't think that is. I think that might be just about perfect. Now, guys, keep in mind, the smaller that your water wheel is, the faster it's gonna spin. If I made something very, very, very tiny and made it constantly spin around, it's gonna spin way faster than something this big. So actually, now that I think about it, I might go a little bit smaller because this might just be too slow for me. I want some action. All right, we're gonna go with this. Now, what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna quickly have a bit of a check. So I'm gonna set this to about 50. We're gonna see if I clone this and move it back. I wrote this by 15 degrees. Is it gonna still connect? Okay, no, it's not. Oh, 10 degrees is perfect. Yes! Yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to see, because with this, all I need to do is pretty much make one really, really nice looking part of it and clone it around a water wheel through that method. All right, so this right here is going to be like the container that actually holds the water. Pretty much the way it works is that the water weighs it down. So we're going to have to get this just right. All right, that right there is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Now, I thought it could be really, really fun to add in some sort of method that it actually looks like the water is being wheeled around. And what we can do is we can just simply add sand right here and paint this blue, and we could call it a day. But I want to see if I can actually try to do something a little bit more special. Something that makes it so only when the water is going down, it shows up as water, but when it's actually going up, it doesn't show up. So the first thing that came to mind to actually do this is by simply using a spring. As you guys can see right now, the water level would be low, but actually like this, the water level would be very way down. That makes any sense. I think with this, we can actually make it look like the water is actively moving. All right, so let's see what I can do here. This might be a little bit complicated, but it could be super, super dope. Oh my god, wait, I'm an absolute moron. I have a way easier way of achieving this effect. Okay, guys, so I'm going to use something completely different, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because it's kind of going to be a little bit like a magic trick. So what I'm actually going to go and do real quick is I'm going to precisely place a bit of water. So this needs to be very exact so that way it looks just right, and nothing sticks out like that. It looks disgusting. There's a bit of water right there. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this water's transparency 75%. Actually, wait, 25% will do. Okay, and with that, it even looks like there's like a little bit of depth in there. I actually really prefer that look. I think that looks awesome. Okay, so after a quick test, I actually think that this needs to be more angled. Okay, perfect. Here we go. I think it's about the time that we can actually start duplicating this thing around and also adding in the magic trick that's gonna make it look like some of these waters are empty as some of them are full. Okay, perfect. Yeah, as you can see, I needed to achieve this effect right here where it looks like you can see like, you know, both of these waters are actually full right there. That's what I wanted to see. All right, so right here we finally have the actual individual pieces of this thing. As you guys can see, here we have one of these cups, here we have another, and we're gonna have to clone this all the way around. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna take this part right here. Actually, wait, no. Oh, don't mess this up. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna fully encase this thing, and before I do anything, I'm gonna very quickly make sure everything here lines up perfectly, and it does. And I'm gonna scale this to be completely around this thing. And guys, before you do any kind of like major scaling, always do this. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of wood, and here there isn't. That means it's not exactly the same. Okay, I'm running into some problems because these are all made with micro blocks. It's actually extremely hard to find the perfect middle one. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna use a piece in the middle there like that. I really hope this is gonna work out. All right, let's see if we can make this work. We're gonna clone these 50 blocks up. We're gonna rotate 10 degrees. Boom. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, it's absolutely perfect. Okay, that is exactly what I was hoping to see. And I'm gonna do this all the way around. And with that, I think that is the entire thing done. Yes, sir, it is. Okay, that is looking exactly like what I would assume a water wheel to look like. That's actually perfect. Oh my god. Okay, so now my idea was to actually add in a bit of a guard right here. It's going to be disconnected from the actual build itself. And I'm just going to move this 0.1. And this is how we're going to make it look like water isn't just always in every single slot, because it shouldn't be. So paper thin right there. As you guys can see, if you look at this glass, it actually looks there's no water in there. Now, if I actually want to like go ahead, turn this to 75% transparency, and then I go grab my paint tool real quick and it's white, it becomes virtually invisible. And we're gonna pretty much add this every single one of those. That way it should look like there's only water being pulled down. So yeah, as you can see right now, it looks like right there's absolutely no water inside, but over there's water being pulled down. Pretty cool effect. Now I also want to paint the sides of this, so this gives a little bit extra spark. And yeah, I think that right there is already looking absolutely fabulous. Now I actually had a pretty funny idea, and that is to actually go in right here, place a little bit of sand, boom, right there in the center, and to make it look like there's actually water stuck inside of here. Because if this were a real water wheel, there would 100% be water stuck in here. Okay, that is actually amazing. All right. Oh my goodness me. Okay, this is perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in right here, and I'm actually going to place a couple of holes to make sure that all of this stuff right here that I want to be stationary doesn't actually move. So all I need to do that is to just simply add invisible blocks. And yeah, I'm going to just, like I said, make this invisible, and also make sure that it's collision off, because if it's not collision off, it'll be very bad. And yeah, also real quick. All right, so currently this wheel is 3.5 blocks too high. So whatever we're going to do, we're actually going to have to move the whole thing 3.5 blocks down. And in turn, all of our gears also need to be 3.5 blocks down. So I'm actually going to do that right now. So, okay, perfect. All right, so now we're going to go in right here, and we're going to go place the actual mechanic to make the whole thing go around and move. So the way we're going to do this is by going in right here on the actual gear, and we're going to place a piston. Right here, we can actually connect the entire water wheel to this piston. See, I'm going to make this metal because honestly, it only makes sense to be metal. This right here, we actually want to move this as well. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to go in and place a piston exactly the same way, just like that. But this time around, I'm going to attach this part all the way into the wall, like so. So these are going to be also invisible and collision off. So yeah, when we actually flick the lever, both of those will move. So the water and glass that you see right here will actually move with it. All right, let's do a test. Yes! Everything moved perfectly. Now, as you guys can see currently, it's not yet touching the water. We're going to have to fix that. That should be relatively easy. Yeah, okay, we're actually going to have to move. We're going to have to add a second piston. That should be fine. The main thing that we're going to have to do is actually move the whole thing down by 7 studs exactly. The way we're going to do that, going to be pretty easy. On this side of the actual gear, we're going to add a couple blocks. Actually, 2 should be fine. We're going to place a piston, and we're going to set this extension to 7. We're going to place a block right there, and that one's going to be attached to the wall. All right, let's try it out. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that is not what I was expecting. Whoa, happened? Oh, wait. Random piston or extend. Not what you want to see. All right, let's unanchor the whole thing without everything being hidden. There you go. Okay. And now, if I go ahead and I actually flick this lever, it should... Moving? No, not moving. I repeat. Oh, I'm a moron. I just forgot a very important part. And that's the hinge right there. Yeah, now it should work. Oh, okay. So that piece of water there actually accidentally got stuck. Now, that's not the end of the world. I gotta just fix that real quick. Okay. Also, I just now realized that it's actually spinning the wrong way. Wait, actually, I think there's an easier way to fix that, and that's just by simply changing teams. Yeah, that's looking about right. Perfect. All right, then. So the only thing we have left to do now is to actually attach this gear's motion to this entire chain of gears. It's gonna be more difficult than it sounds. All right, this right here should actually perfectly connect the actual gear to the gear chain. At least if everything went right. All right, then, the moment of truth. Let's see how we did. Now, I don't think this is actually going to work out, but I don't know. Here, let's just see. So everything should activate the moment everything touches. Wait! Oh! Wait, it's actually totally working! Oh my god! Wait, no, wait. Something did go wrong. The glass is in wrong place, but that's the easiest of fixes. Oh my god, yes! Dude, I can't believe this is actually working. So guys, look at how smoothly this is actually transferring over all of this power. Now, I've talked about it in previous videos that the easiest way to actually do this and the best way to actually do this is by using something that gives you like a constant force. Like, for example, if you have a pilot seat, if you were actually spinning like this, that's a very constant force. Now, I didn't think that this was going to be that good, but it really is. Oh, this is amazing. Now, that right there is the final product. I think it's safe to say that this is a huge success for a working water wheel.